Hi, welcome to another vlog. I just filmed some videos and I thought that it would be fun to do a library reset, kind of show you like what it looks like after I film and then clean it up. And then I also have some other bookish reset things to do. I need to add some books to my storygraph. I need to add my TBR jars. I haven't filled them up yet. It's been months. They've been empty since I moved, but I really want to fill those up and get that back up and running so I can start using them to pick books out to read. This year, I'm going to try not to overthink my reads too much. So I think I will relinquish some control in that manner and make it so I am picking books out of the jar to read. So I just am going to clean my room up from filming, refill my TBR jars, and then I need to update my storygraph with the books that I bought. I did just film a 5-star predictions and a book haul, so I need to clean up from that. And let's get started. So this is how my room looks right now. There's kind of just shit on the floor. My light needs to go away. There's books on my desk from a short I filmed. There's a pile of books over here where it doesn't belong. There's a pile of books over here where it doesn't belong. And then I also have, I should probably take out my office trash here. This box is actually like, that's gonna stay there. It's just stuff I use. But yeah, I need to like tidy up. I should probably also set up my new, I got a new, what do you call this, record player. So I need to do all of that stuff. I thought I would take you with me. I don't know if this is interesting to you. If it's not, I'm sorry. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put these books that I just bought into my storygraph so I can find a home for them and not forget that I need to do that. So I will do it first. I'm just going to sit here and do that really quick and probably time lapse this. So see you in a minute. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to check my tag. So on Storygraph, I have a tag or like a shelf and it's called Own TBR Physical. I also have one for my ebooks, but now it's saying that I have 80 books. So I'm just going to count and make sure that that's actually accurate. I did just finish a book recently. Actually, I finished 2 books recently. I finished When the Wolf Comes Home and The Incandescent by Emily Tesh. So I want to make sure that the correct number is reflected both on Storygraph and on my shelf physically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting these two because they're those covers. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 82, 83. Okay, so the numbers don't match. So now what do I do about that? Let me see. Did I add that one? What's it called? Through Gates of Garnet and Gold. Because I pre-ordered that one. Through Gates of Garnet and Gold. Oh, I don't have that one on here. So good call me. So that's one update. So I think I'm still down by 2 because I said 83 and now I have 81 on here. What else did I not add? Emily Wilde, maybe? I did get that one recently. Emily Wilde's. No, that one's been there for a while. That one's been there for a while. What else would I not have added? I know Mary's on there. So now herein lies the problem where I have to figure out what books I'm missing. So I will be back and I'll let you know which books they were. Okay, so it was a bunch of volumes of Demon Slayer that I had gotten from Pango Books about 3 weeks ago that I forgot to add to my owned physical TBR. Now I have one more than I need. I recounted. I have 83 physical books. There are 84 on my storygraph shelf. So I'm going to go check my unhaul bin, which I haven't gotten rid of yet. And I'm sure it's one of those that I forgot to remove. So again, BRB. Yes, it was one of my unhaul books. It was Queen of the Tiles by, I want to say Hannah Alkoff is her name. Anyways, that's settled. Now I have 83 books on my storygraph shelf, and I have 83 books on my physical shelf. Now, to put everything where it belongs, I don't know. We're gonna move down. So recently I posted my entire physical TBR, which obviously I just filmed a book haul, so isn't entirely accurate. But in that video, I described how I organize my TBR shelf, and the very top shelf here where my hand is, these are series I'm currently reading. Underneath of it are series I haven't started yet. Like I have the first book or first and second book in a series, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. To the right of this very top one is my top 10 to read in 2026. Underneath that is my self-destruct pile. Now, I did just film a 5-star predictions video, and some of these overlap. So the Raven Scholar goes up here on my top 10. I would probably make a 5-star predictions shelf, but I don't have enough space for that quite at the moment. And then below, you can't see, but below this one on this side, there's like horrors and thrillers. And then on the left side is like YA fantasy. And then underneath this one here down at the bottom is just other regular standalones. This I'm going to put in the series I'm currently reading shelf, even though it is technically a standalone right now because it's part of the Cosmere. So that's going to go in its spot back up there. Oh shit, I almost just dropped a bunch of books. This will go on series I'm currently reading, even though one of them is also on my top 10 shelf, which I don't know if that's even the right one that I put there, but I'm just gonna leave it there for now. The Troop is horror. I'm gonna put that down here, as well as Nestlings and Mary, both by Nat Cassidy, who I just read When the Wolf Comes Home by, and I loved that book. It was so good. So can't wait to read. Oh shit, more by him. Get over there. My horror/thriller area is expanding. That's always fun. Definitely a genre I want to get more into. And then I have this one. Series I'm not currently reading. Again, this one series I haven't started yet. This is a standalone, I believe, so we're putting it there on the standalone shelf. Tidy that up a little bit. I have quite a few short books on my standalone shelf, which is nice. This series I haven't started yet. Now the problem is that this shelf is arguably the most full. I'm gonna have to move some books over to be sideways. If you can see here, like most of them are standing up, and then these are sideways. I think I'm gonna have to put some books underneath there. How tall is this? Okay, let's get this in here. Okay, so that fits beautifully. I can't fit this book on there. I'm gonna move these short ones sideways, shorter than the other ones, but smaller than Robin Hobb. So we're gonna put Robin Hobb up there. Oi. Okay, and then we're gonna shove that in there. Great. I could fit another book over here. These are all Orbit, which is funny. I have so many books from Orbit and Tor. Clearly two of my favorite publishers, if you cannot tell. Let's see, but I have this little it's like a little candle holder that I used to have here and now it doesn't fit. If I shove it in there, that's kind of weird, maybe. Is that weird? I don't know. We can just leave that for now. I have 2 books left. I need to put away Blood Over Bright Haven. This is a standalone, right? Is this a standalone? I'm going to put it on my standalone shelves. If it's not a standalone, please correct me in the comments. That would be fantastic. Thank you. And then I have Night Bitch, which I think is a horror. I believe I don't know if it's like a horror or if it's more of like a lit fic character study, magical realism, supernatural thing, but we're going to put it in the horror shelf. Ah! Without breaking my glass lantern, please. Rachel, that'd be great. Rachel me, not Rachel the author. Should clarify. Okay, great. Okay, now that my TBR shelf is tidied up and put back to normal, I need to put away my big lamp that I film with. Put my blanket, get my blanket off the floor. I have some extra shirts on my big chair over there because I changed my shirts to match film today. I'm actually going to switch back into the shirt that I actually want to wear today and hang this one up because it's not dirty. So I'm going to go hang up my clothes and put away that lamp, and then we'll do something else together. We're being joined by company because he woke up from his nap. He is not allowed free reign in here as of yet because he cannot be controlled. He does not know how to control his own self in regards to chewing wires. I brought his bed. Yes, he is on the leash. He's attached to the door. The bed is near the door. Hopefully he can relax. I brought you some cookies. I got him these. They're called Riley's Original. My son's name is Riley, and they're waffle chips. They're chicken chips in the shape of waffles. Literally had to get them, and it's one of his favorite snacks, isn't it? You can have a cookie when you're being a good boy. You're being good right now, but you need to keep it up. Yes, okay. So I cleaned up my shirts. They are just in a pile on the floor now because Waffle knocked them over, but I will take them with me when I leave. They're off my chair. My chair is tidied up. I got my blanket off the floor, put that back on my office chair. I need to move my stool over, but that's not really a big deal. I was writing a list of things that I had. Sorry about that. It's my headphones. I was writing a list of things that we needed to do. Let's cross some stuff off. Put away filming books. I did that. Cross it off. Tidy up reading chair. Cross that off because I did it. Put away my big light to film. I did that. Update my storygraph. I did that. Update my TBR jars. I have not done that yet. I want to set up my new record player and I want to vacuum my office, which will be the last thing I do. And I might have to finish this vlog later tonight when everyone's asleep. And by everyone, I mean my son and my dog. I think I could probably open my vinyl player and see what's going on in there. And hopefully do that quickly before Waffle has a fucking conniption fit because he wants to eat everything in here. Okay, I'm sure the lighting is awful. But I am going to attempt to set up this new record player quickly and then take out my trash, and then I'll just have to come back later and do my TBR jar and vacuum. Instructions, good to keep. Ooh, this one is so fancy. How do I get it out? This might be a two-person job. Can I do this without damaging anything? Oh, I did it. Okay, great. Now I have a big box to put my trash in. It's a good thing I decided to vacuum last, like a smart person, because there's going to be little styrofoam pieces everywhere after that. I need to move some stuff out of the way. I'm taking my slip mat out, reuse it for this one. This one was definitely fine as a, I don't know if I'm actually going to enjoy this hobby kind of thing, but since I do actually enjoy this hobby, I need to have a better one because it didn't sound the best. It was okay, but it definitely got worse the more that you used it. I think the speakers were not really that great, so every time they got used, it was unfortunately just sounding more and more awful. Oh, there's a USB plug here too. That's fun. Okay, plug that there, and then these speakers plug in. It says are these Bluetooth? Wireless connection. 3 powerful external speakers. No, these plug in. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these somewhere. I don't have room for these on my Gus. My Mr. Fungus buttons, who is my favorite, is gonna have to go somewhere else probably. I'm gonna have to put these speakers. Ow! Fuck! I stabbed myself. On the bottom, because these wires are not super long. Maybe I can put them on the floor actually, if it reaches underneath. This is gonna be tricksy. This is not book related. So I'm sure everyone is like, why do we want to see you set up your record player? I'm resetting my office, and this is part of my office, okay? So even though my office is like 90% about book stuff. Okay, it's much later. It's 9:30 p.m. The only thing I have left to do is update my TBR jars and then vacuum the office. I set up my new record player and it's nice. It was a gift from my husband. It's nice, but you can hear the noise coming out of the needle and out of the speakers at the same time. Now, apparently that's like normal and it's called chatter or vinyl talk. Um, but that's like great and all that it's normal, but like it's actually really so annoying because my son's room is down the hallway, and so if I'm listening to records in the evening, I'm not going to be blasting it loud enough to cover that sound, because I don't want to wake up my son because I'm not an asshole. So I don't know. I feel bad asking my husband if he could return it, so I can see if like maybe a different one won't do that, but I don't know. I might have to just show him and see what he says. But anyways, I'm going to update my TBR jars now. So basically I'm just gonna write all of the titles of the books that I own on a piece of paper, cut them into strips, fold them, and stick them in the jar. I might just do the physical ones for now because I do think that I actually need to comb through my ebooks the way that I did my physical books and make sure that the numbers on Storygraph match the numbers that I have on my Kobo. And I also have so many ebooks, and I think I want to, unhaul a couple. Like, I don't know. I have over 200 ebooks, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of them are like self-pub or continuations in series. So obviously I don't want to get away from those, but I have so many unread ebooks, and I feel like there's definitely at least a couple that I'm just never going to read that I probably got for like 99 cents on sale. So I might do that before I fill up the ebook TBR jar. So I'm going to do the physical one first, and then I'll have to go grab my Kobo, which is in the other room, and decide what I'm going to do. So I'll update you when I'm done. Okay, so I was writing all the books down on the paper, and I realized in doing so that there were definitely a couple of unhauled books that were still on my storygraph that I needed to delete. So then the number of books on my storygraph and the number of books on my actual shelf didn't match. And so I literally sat here and read off every single book to my husband to find which ones were missing. You want to explain to the people how you helped me?
She's dumb and doesn't check her books. That's pretty much it.
You just called me dumb. That's crazy.
No, you thought it was a waste of time by reading off all the books, and then I just pointed out the ones I didn't remember you reading because I don't know shit about books.
Okay, because I thought that if I read off a fuck ton of book titles to you and then had you try to remember by looking at the shelf which ones I didn't say, I thought that would be hard because that would be hard for me.
A lot of things are hard for you, though.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
You did write down all of them, which is crazy. And then you still didn't find one.
No, I didn't finish writing them down because I started writing them down, and then that's when I realized, like, oh shit, I just had to delete 2 books. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to redo it. So then I was like, telling you that, and then you were like, I'll just read it. And I was like, okay. So then I never finished writing it down. I'm at N for nestlings.
You're welcome. I saved you like an hour.
You did actually save me like probably 2 hours because I would have had to been going back and forth to the shelf in my computer.
Yep.
To figure it out. So that would have really sucked.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I appreciate all your help.
Yeah, the next one I'm charging.
Charging? I bake you fresh sourdough bread. That's your payment.
No.
Ungrateful. Okay, so it's the next morning. After I filmed that clip with my husband, we went to bed because my son had a awards ceremony this morning, and he made the honor roll at school. I'm so proud. I can't lie to you though, the ceremony was so boring because they had bunched a bunch of the grades all together. So it was kindergarten, first, second, and I think part of third grade. and they went, they started with kindergarten and worked their way up. So I sat there for a long time waiting for my baby's name to be called, but he looked so happy when he got up there and got his award. Anyways, I have decided that I'm going to go through the TBR on my Kobo and just decide like if I'm taking any of them off or whatever. I also have a bunch of like ebooks that like I haven't read and I want to read, but I don't necessarily have them on my TBR. And so I don't know if I want to count those or not. I don't think I'm going to. I have, as of right now, my Kobo TBR is telling me that I have 229 books on here, which is definitely a lot, but it just sucks because I feel like a lot of these are either arcs or I feel like a lot of these are continuations in series. So I don't know if I should get rid of them, but the first few I have are arcs on here. I have The Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi. Air Awakens I've had for so long and I haven't read, but I've heard it's so good. All Systems Red, Almost Surely Dead. This one I'm gonna delete that one. And I'm also gonna write down which ones I'm deleting in a note because then I can go on my computer later and remove them from Storygraph. I could just do it on my phone as I do it, but I think that would honestly take a lot longer to do. So I'm gonna just do Almost Surely Dead. I'm literally never gonna read that one. And I think that I had brought this one over from my Kindle to my Kobo because it was like one of those Amazon first reads that I got a long time ago, like where you get to pick one book for free a month for being like a Prime member or something like that. Yeah, so that one's gotta go for sure. That one's gotta go for sure. I'm honestly just gonna delete it because what am I supposed to do with an ebook I don't want anymore, huh? We're just deleting it. Remove. Goodbye. The Alone Time by Ellie Mar. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna actually have to look up probably some of these because I don't even remember what that's about. It's also pouring cats and dogs outside, and my husband and I got soaked coming back from the ceremony. Hip 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 hey. Hip 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 hey. You like Stray Kids. That's all I could hear in my head the entire time that we were at the ceremony was the song Ceremony. The Alone Time by Ellie Mar? Marr? Yeah, Ellie Mar. For two sisters, confronting the past could come at a terrible price in a riveting novel about a family tragedy and family secrets. Nope, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep going through some of these books. Like I'm just going to go through the whole list alphabetically, and books that I either don't remember what they're about or just look at it and go, I'm going to probably remove them. And I will come back and give you the final total of what I've taken out when I'm done with that. Okay, I'm back. And I was a lot more ruthless than I thought that I was going to be, which is good because I still have, I should have left it up so I could tell you right off the bat, but I still have 214 books on my TBR. So I went from like 229 to 214, I think. So like I still have a fuck ton of ebooks on my Kobo, but I've just whittled it down just a little bit to books that I really just have had on there forever and I'm probably not going to read. So the first one, as you should know, is Almost Surely Dead. I also got rid of The Alone Time, The Awakening of Fate, The Bargain of Fate. I think that's a romantasy series. Batu and the Golden Cup, which is a middle grade book, I believe. But again, this was one of the Amazon first reads, I think. Also got rid of Bewitched by Laura Thalassa, The Electric Air and the Fever King by, I think it's Victoria Lee. I didn't write it down. I got rid of The Hanging City, which is one that I was interested in for sure like a while ago, but it's just been so long. I don't remember anything about it and I don't even care to look it up. Ink Blood Sister Scribe. I also got rid of Legacy of the Lost Mage, Jaeth's Eye. I got rid of The Night Swim by Megan Golden. That's one that like if I ever remember about it, I'll probably listen to it on audio. And I also got rid of A Strange Hymn. I also got rid of Unforgettable Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic because I heard that this one is like low-key Christian propaganda and I'm just not about that. And then I also got rid of The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden, which is a shame because if you know me at all, or if you've been here for a while, you will know that I absolutely love the Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden. But The Warm Hands of Ghosts, I read like 3 or 4 chapters of it a while ago when I first started my book club, way back when it was on Fable. And I just was really bored. It's like a war story, like a historical fiction. I don't even think there's any magical realism in it. I think that the like having ghosts in the title just like is a coincidence. And I just don't care. I just literally could not give a flying fuck about a war story, so I just deleted it. I do not care at all about having that on there. So ebooks are up to date now, and then I will have to update my storygraph later. And then once I update my storygraph so my Kobo and my storygraph match, then I will write down all of the books on slips of paper and put that in my ebook TBR jar. And since now my husband obviously helped me last night make sure that my books on the shelf and my books on storygraph actually matched, then I can write those books on slips of paper as well and do both of my TBR jars later. So I will have a lot of writing ahead of me today, which is really fun. But it'll be nice once it's over and I've finally refreshed my office fully. And then the last thing I have to do to like, start 2026 off like everything refreshed and up to date would be to update my series tracker, but I'm going to make that a separate video because I'm sure that's going to take me literally so long. So stay tuned for that one. But for now, I'm going to go hang out with my puppy and then I will let you know when I'm writing things on paper and complete that, I guess. Okay, it's again much later at night, but I should be able to finish this vlog up now. So I'm going to go through my storygraph on my computer here and compare it to the ebook TBR on my Kobo. And then after I do that, the only thing I have left to do is to write all of the all of the book titles onto slips of paper and stick them into my TBR jar, the ebook one and the physical book one. So I'm going to do this now, and then I will probably show you some B-roll of that, if that's interesting to you. If not, you could skip it, I guess. But I'm really tired. I think I'm coming down with a cold. It's just been a long couple of days. I have some hot chalky, and hopefully that will power me through the last little bit that I have on my office set to-do list. Checking in to say that it's been like an hour and a half. I have written down and added all of the books to to the physical TBR jar, and that was the easier of the two. The ebook TBR jar is going to take probably twice that long, and it's already 10:30, so I'm just gonna keep watching some booktube and get right to it, and I'll be back here probably at like midnight to give you a very, very exhausted outro clip. I did it. I'm done. It's 11:59 p.m. I'm so tired. It was exactly like an hour and a half. I filmed this last clip where I said, "Oh, I'll see you in an hour and a half," and that was at 10:25, and it's 11:59. So like almost exactly. Good guess on my part. I'm so tired. My hand hurts really bad. The jar is literally so full of paper. So this outro is going to be extremely quick. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you as always for watching, and leave a pen emoji down in the comments in honor of all the writing I just did, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.